in the city.
Oh yeah. But you know what? The people in the city have, because there's so many people in the city and they're like-minded. They know they're getting fucked, screwed, whatever.
There's the same amount of suppression.
But they do need guidance, right?
People are having a hard time getting food on the table and basic things, water, shelter, food.
And that's why they're looting
those things away, and the ability to be able to do those things. You know, this isn't working.
No.
This isn't working for a lot of people. And it's just unfortunate. I think that the whole thing could have been received much differently had there just been a half an ounce, even just the slightest bit of compassion from those that hold power, and that was the complete opposite of what they got. Instead, they were attacked, and
they threw tear gas at peaceful protesters at the White House, so that President Trump could make his walk to the church and hold up his fucking Bible. Does that make sense? No, of course not. These people need to pay, and they need to step down. It's gonna happen.
No, I think it was a slap in the face for, as wonderful it was that we launched a rocket into space and whatnot. It was super cool. Remember that?
Yeah.
They decided to go. But it was just like, wait. There's people protesting outside the White House, but wait, he's in Florida? He's in Florida, and without any acknowledgement of what was actually happening. It's just, there's such a divide between the social classes that it can only clash when people aren't being heard.
The Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, I read on the screen here, and most likely it comes out of fear for himself and his family and stuff, but at the same time he said, I've made a lot of mistakes, and there's obviously something really wrong here with power and entitlement and power.
Yeah, I just listened to Trudeau, I think it was yesterday, and I was really impressed, actually. I was impressed that because, you know, even for the officers to take a knee, that showed so much to some people. Mm-hmm. And in some places it's not as bad, and they're not, people won't allow the violence, and they're strong enough, the smaller communities have the support.
You would think.
Support each other. And that's all it would take is just to listen. I hear you. And it was so simple for them to, you know, put down your baton, take off your helmet,
and start walking with them, right? Start walking with them. Because it's community.
And that gave me so much. I thought, well, maybe they'll trickle up to the top there. Maybe that will rise up. And it does. It always rises.
Yeah.
It does rise. And
those,
yeah, it's that you catch more flies with honey than you do with horse shit.
All the time. Yeah. So, yeah. We'll keep in touch. Are you going to garden today?
Yeah. We had a good windstorm a couple days ago.
Okay.
So it's nice today. So probably going to keep poking at it this afternoon.
Any suggestions? Any thoughts?
Well, not so much. I just think that there's so many people whose hearts are so heavy right now with the not knowing what to expect and what to do. And the only suggestion I have, and if I had a suggestion for you or your friend or anyone, is not necessarily just stay strong. Like, we don't need to endure this any longer.
No.
We don't have to stay strong, but just to breathe and relax and have conversation.
This is true. He same information from him, so that's all good, and I receive it. I do. So I'm gonna try to make things a little lighter, but at the same time, you know, there are serious things that need to be addressed, but there are better ways, like you said. You can catch more things with honey.
Right? Yeah.
and
it's sweet. It's just a genuine smile, even just a little bit of letting somebody say what kind of situation they're in. And just to listen
more.
We have really hardened our hearts to even being so stoic and so cold to those that are going through something, where they just need support or even just somebody to talk to, and just let them, just listen.
Yeah.
Let's just listen. I can listen to each other. You just need to take a breath, take a deep breath.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
I will, and I will post something on your timeline.
And we're doing YouTube right now,
Put a
so
message.
Yep.
I'll type in a message on your Facebook page.
thanks, man.
You're welcome.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye. All right, that's Melanie Escamilla, everybody. Ooh, we're going to bring it into this conversation. I think it's time for a little bit of whoever comes up first. All right. Rupert, huh? Again? Oh, I can't even send that anymore. All right.
Presumption that consciousness lives in and shares the limits of the body. It is a presumption for which there is not one shred of evidence, and yet our entire world culture is founded upon it.
Oh, no faces here. On YouTube.
Not only is our entire world culture founded upon the belief that consciousness is temporary and finite, everything we know subsequent to that belief is in some ways an expression of that belief. In other words, everything we know is an expansion of the belief I consciousness am temporary and finite. So Balayani then proceeds to explore this simple idea. And he begins, obviously, in religious language, the prevailing language of the day in 13th century Persian. Praise be to God, before whose oneness there is no before, unless the before is he, and after whose singleness there is no after, unless the after is he. Praise be to God. Praise comes from the Latin word pretium, meaning to give value to. Praise be to God. Give value above all else to consciousness, because consciousness is our
Facebook might be done.
experience. There is no experience.
There's always another platform to communicate on.
Awareness. I use the word consciousness and awareness. And
Might be time to get my own website.
Synonymously. Not everybody does, but in my use of language, I use.
And we're getting a website for Medicine on Wheels very soon.
Simple reason that it is our prime experience.
All in good time.
Before whose oneness
No
there is
rush.
no before, unless the before
Everything gets
is
done when it
after
gets done.
singleness, there is no after.
Welcome to Tea in Space. My name is Tom, and this is Space, coming to you live from the Beaumont Motel in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. If you just tuned in now, Facebook has censored me for 24 hours, citing hate speech, which is a crock of shit, seeing that that's just not in me. But we'll work with it, and we're on YouTube right now. So that which was censoring me before, now I use it, because the other, back and forth. Might be time to bring Instagram in again. I'm going to get my phone fixed. And I think that's, I'm going to be spending more time on Instagram in the next little while. Which has about last time I checked, about 2 2.5 billion users, as opposed to 3.54 billion users on Facebook. But just because they have that many users does not mean that they can't censor you. Silly. Everybody will just leave. Right? Eventually. Can't say what you want to say to your family and your friends. They'll just leave, use something else, and Facebook will become something of the past. Fun times, good times. And go for a walk today. And I think I'm going to get ready for that walk right now. Your message couldn't be sent because it includes content that other people on Facebook have reported as abusive. Oh, yeah? Like what? Like what? Well, I can't defend myself in this situation. There's not something like I can refute it. I can challenge it. No? Oh, you're just going to... interesting. That's a lot of power too, eh? Zuckerberg. Come on, buddy. You buddy-buddy with the government? Twitter? YouTube? Might be a time to change, eh? All in good time.
There was some Mac in there, right?
I don't think so.
There.
She's so good. She should be talking. Actually, silent.
Protesters.
This is Manfred Mann's guitarist lecture I'm listening to. Manfred Mann is a classic band from the 70s.
I'll turn off this music then.
AJ's daughter will use security enforcers to have Charles Oakley removed from the building? You're talking about that guy? The same one that denied entry to Spike Lee? Okay, so again, another time. I'm sure you'll understand. Next one is
One of my other favorites, NCIS. Love this program.
Miraculously, no one was in interest. Can't say the same for her. She had to be going awfully fast and jumping.
It had legs, man.
What?
It has legs.
What does?
NCIS, like all those series.
Yeah.
The carotid artery. The poor girl tried to stem the flow with a free hand, but likely bled out in a minute or two.
The hospital not far from here. She's probably trying to get there before she. Okay, you got an address for her? Yeah, that's about all I've got, boss. License has her living in Fairfax, but the user database has pretty much everything else classified.
Classified.
Keep digging. That was all. Yeah, I had a gym bag in the back seat here, sweaty clothes, and a cell phone. No call center out since mid-afternoon yesterday. Why did she call 911 from wherever she was slashed?
I rather doubt anyone would be thinking clearly when rapidly bleeding to death, Mr. Palmer.
Wherever she was slashed, that's the question. No GPS to locate the starting point of the car.
Boston. Or Poly Brown. Or Poly High School. It's all the way over in Harmon. It's about 12 miles from here.
It's in a whole other direction from where she lived.
Bishop, come on. You're aware. It's still sending these people to you, Coach Gray.
Thanks, Glad. Get back to class. What can I do for you? NCIS. I'm Special Agent Bishop. This is Special Agent Gibbs.
Navy ensign Janine Walt. We understand she works for you.
Volunteers, yeah. We coach the girls' basketball team. Why is she okay? This can't be. Janine was just here last night. Was it a robbery? Like a carjacking?
What time last night?
Practice ended at 9. She stayed after to work out while I graded report cards. Left a little before me, 11 or so.
You see her?
She threw me a big wave when she drove off.
Any idea where she was headed?
Home, I assume. Is she in a relationship? No, I mean, not that I'm aware of. Between this and her Navy job, I doubt she could find the time. And what was her Navy job? You know better than I would. She was always very private about that. Something to do with computers. What am I going to tell the girls? Janine was more than a coach. She was a friend. Do they really want to hear that she was murdered? And telling them more, maybe just tell them about the car accident. So basically, we have a lost hour between the time Ensign Weld left here and then crashed your car.
Check street surveillance, any stops she made, stores, traffic lights, and charges. Yeah, McGee, what do you got? There's a little more, boss, actually a lot more. Turns out Ensign Will be working as a cyber warfare engineer with the Office of Naval Intelligence.
Be young for that detail.
Yeah, well, that explains the classified stats. Well, let's see a lot more part of her personnel file with Dart 2 weeks ago. That makes you wonder.
I wonder what she was wearing.
Maybe got her killed.
An unfortunate mix-up in a hospital. The Antichrist has been mislaid. If we don't find him, it won't be a war to end all war. It will be a war to end everything.
What are we doing? The end of the world.
You're the only one of our friends that has a house and a kid. Yeah. It's like you're like 10 years older than me, you know? You're divorced.
Here's how to weather Canadian weather. Use Beauty Tone's windshield stain. Just easily apply a coat or two here. Rejuvenate your fence like so. And protect with any color you like. So no matter the weather, you're ready for year-round backyard fun. Oh, Canada. Save 40% on Beauty Tall Wood Shield Vest acrylic exterior stain. Only at Home Hardware and Building Centers. Here's how.
We're ready to welcome you back. And we want you to know that the Starbucks app is the easiest way to find your store, order ahead, pay, and pick up your favorites. We can't wait to see you again.
So I'm gonna hold on promoting you this quarter. Cool?
Drop the taco, get in the car. Does this center feel like a compromise to you? Hey, what? I'm handling it too, right? No compromise there. Watch this. We're automatic braking. So if it's Nissan Sentra is gonna compromise, why should you? You're right. Gotta go. The only Nissan Sentra with more standard safety features than any other car in its class.
Why does Lay's have so many flavors to choose from? Because sometimes you feel a little more playful. Growing up is so overrated. Totally overrated.
Gotta have Lay's.
Listen to your mom, your dad, the past, and the future. The good stuff, the hard stuff. And just listen. Because everything is better when you listen.
Summer gives you more backyard time. DQ gives you the Summer Blizzard menu with new flavors like new raspberry fudge bliss and Oreo cheesecake because more summer is just more fun. Look for drive-through takeout and delivery options at your DQ.
Some big news from Mr. Clean. Stop struggling to clean tough messes with bleach sprays. Try new Clean Free. It has 3 times the cleaning power of the leading bleach spray to dissolve kitchen grease on contact. And it's great for bathrooms. Just keep pumping the power nozzle to release a continuous burst of mist and make quick work of big jobs. It even works on stainless steel. Save your trigger and buy an easy-to-swap refill when you're done. To get 3 times the cleaning power, try new Clean Free from Mr. Clean.
I'm going granola. Me too. Shreddies with granola.
Introducing Shreddies brown sugar flavor with granola.
Peace, bud. Closed captioning of this program is brought to you in part by Jacob's Creek Moscato.
I'm still alive? No. Yeah, I'm still alive.
Got any daughters, Director Banks? I do, I have one. I have 3. If any one of them grows up to be like Anson Wilson,
It's the first. Who was the first?
I'm proud Papa. Just a special kid in every way. The kid with a very heady position that Owen and I had. She earned it.
Now
Smart,
has no
squared away, and a knack for computer analysis and code breaking like I've never seen. She had far greater access to code word operations than a lot of our more experienced tenants. Her father is
When
what
thought
God did
thinks
for her.
about now,
It
it turns it into time.
Sword of Satan, Colombian drug ring, moving product through our ports for years. That is until Ensign Will successfully hacked their dark web server and deciphered their communications. So was there a chance that her murder was retribution? Absolutely
When we
not.
buy a novel in a
We had joint
bookstore,
task force round up every known member of the
the
ring.
entire novel
Every known.
is present.
We got them all, Agent Gibbs. Besides, Will's covered status was enough to protect her. Not enough to keep us from tracing her to you.
But the mind cannot read the entire novel
It's not a large stretch to think that
at the same time. Thought needs time
Is it?
to read the novel,
It's just kind of interesting if you really break it down, right?
but the entirety of the novel
Hey, Fish, quick
is
question.
always present
Yeah,
now.
so they on the phone every day?
Are we still on that?
Well,
Disagree. Continue.
Every day.
It is not the limitations of the novel,
what did I tell you?
Most
it is the limitations of thought.
Review, fuckers.
My card.
Disagree. Review.
The thing about traffic
That
cams
make
is
the
Nudity,
entire
huh?
novel
My private space.
inaccessible
Shit.
in every moment.
Bring her laptop. I tried opening it there, but the seems virtual for
You accepted our
Our
decision? No.
entire experience,
Did not.
likewise,
Well, she's trying to get
takes
us
place
to-
now. Everything
I did not accept
that ever
any
experienced
decisions.
takes place in this now, the only now there is. Nothing took place in a
Bare
past,
Bones. I wonder if Bare Bones
and
Media.
nothing will take place in a future.
Bare Bones Family.
Look at the doing.
All grown up.
All right,
Accelerated
okay.
past Purdy to special agent.
Barebones
graduated to
Media.
cyber.
The universe didn't start millions of years ago.
Oh, good.
There is no millions of years ago.
The feature is temporarily blocked.
It will
Okay.
not
So they
last
blocked every
forever.
page that I.
There is no forever.
Oh. Whoa. You're gonna be busy, Joe.
There is only eternity. The timeless now, this now that each of us is experiencing.
Anything revenge, boss? No.
Filtered through the mind, filtered through thought. Eternity appears as time.
Rather quiet today, Doctor. Everything okay?
Yes, I'm enjoying the
Thought
silence.
superimposes a limit on the eternal
It's
now.
different. We've been at this a while.
And makes
not
it
one Jack
appear
the Ripper comment or
as
Isadora
time.
Duncan comparison.
I'm not a jukebox, Mr. Palmer, nor do I take requests. Master Isadora
I like
Duncan,
Ducky.
she's strangled by her scarf.
Feel free to
What is the thought
close this down anytime, bud. We're just gonna go for a
in
walk.
time
The house is yours.
is for reality.
Single wound to the ensign's
Eternity
carotid artery with
now.
a wide blade. What do you mean, boy? Well, see for yourself.
Fuck me.
It's not a clean razor cut, but rather sloppy. The skin around the incision is pulled and torn.
Yeah.
Your work for it.
It's,
That's a great taking care to the nicks and abrasions.
Don't try to think
The
of
killer
eternity.
likely held
It's
the
not
weapon against
possible.
the ensign's throat before delivering the final slice.
Or do try to
Amazing
think
how
of
fast we
eternity,
died.
Everything was left behind. It may help that
Hey. Our
and in
blood is
doing so,
pushing out
the mind will bring
at
itself
185
to its
PSI.
own end.
And still.
Okay.
That's why it's so much pressure.
185.
Yep, and that's why the blood goes.
Thank you.
That's why the Shankaracharya said,
I looked out when
real
I was
thinkers
training, I was going through my training for
Thanks to you.
National Life Saving Ship.
Maybe it's just the first
And I'll ask-
real thinkers,
I never got that.
ones
Makes me feel
Now we
appreciated.
learn from
who
the
use thought
It's like it's
to go
chewed up.
right to the edge of experience,
Because I'm a monkey, I'm not
find the
I'm not a
thought
tiger. A tiger is different, is a different characteristics than a monkey.
dissolve.
Actually, I found it on, there's a Facebook app, my friend filled that out. Okay. Come on in, Norman. No. The Joker's here.
Yeah. Joker's over there.
But if I find it, I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I found a neat about your characteristics. It's like, are you in the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac, and the goat?
But she couldn't have been stabbed yet, and both hands on the wheel, and this is a full
I think
20 minutes
the
before
one,
she crashed.
when I looked at it, I think it was a monkey or pig.
And is another form
Yeah,
of self-inquiry,
I
following
think it's cool.
thought to its own
I'm really
end.
sure
Talk about peeling the onion. I've never seen this level of security on a
everything for sure.
Even for a techie, this sense of Will was pretty paranoid. We're afraid of this guy. Alfredo Montez. He's a broke drug trafficker
Right on.
turned legitimate computer consultant. What is this? Well, his main client was the drug runner. He created a secure online networking messaging system for him. Not so secure after all.
Not after it's well cracked it. Maybe traced your back. And many aliases you could be hiding in plain sight.
I'll take the first three.
Count me in.
Do you like the blue juice?
Do I what?
Do you like the blue juice?
Yeah.
You want that hat?
Nope, I've already go.
Well, hey there.
Thank you, though.
It's like a turn
Stop it,
into a
man.
jump ship.
Yep. Well, don't run.
What else is consistently present
Go ahead.
along with the now?
Kill me. Get it over with.
Why would we do that?
Thoughts
Alfredo,
are not always
we're in
present.
CIS.
Sensations are not always present. Perceptions are not always present. Therefore, these are not
No,
inherent in the now.
don't work for Allah.
The now is always present. Only something that is also always present inherent in the now.
Nice catch.
Bounty is quicker and one selected sheet absorbs more than their bullshit. Bounty, the quicker picker up.
I just had a dream.
The only other element of experience that is always present is the experience of being aware. Shines in each of us as the knowledge I am.
Also try cereal, the new Dell XPS. With a larger four-sided Infinity Edge screen, it can hold even more of your attention.
It's just a thing of beauty.
Generation.
In other words, now is not a moment in time.
Can I interest you
It
in
is
Canada Protection
our
Plan
own
life
being.
insurance
It has
policy?
nothing to do with time.
Did you know that our rates are among the lowest in the country? At Canada Protection Plan, anyone between the ages of 18
It is
to
always
80
now
can apply.
when
We
I am.
offer up to $750,000 in
I
coverage
am.
for medical life insurance and up to $1 million on our
Not
other
always,
plans.
but
Also,
eternally
your payments
now.
don't start until the second month. So whether you're hard to insure, have health problems, are healthy, or just want reliable coverage fast, we have a policy for you. Why wait?
Now
Contact your
is.
advisor or give us a call now and have an obligation quote. 1-877-528-6060. Canada Protection Plan. Simply peace of mind.
This year, the Home Depot is here to help bring spring to you. The fresh green grass under your
Time
feet.
is consciousness.
The familiar smell of the season's
Objectified.
first barbecue. A burst of lively
Time is
colors.
consciousness objectified by
Feeling of
thought.
spring when we need it most. Visit HomeDepot.ca for all your spring needs. Get fast delivery right to your door.
The stuff
or curbside
that is
pickup.
being objectified
Let us bring spring to you.
is pure consciousness. Eternity.
A little bit of this protects you from a lot of that. Armor All, minimum effort, maximum protection.
Eternity has no dimensions. Pure consciousness is literally without dimensions.
When you take Align, you have the support of a probiotic and the gastroenterologist who developed it. Align helps to relieve
In order
IBS
to appear
symptoms,
as the single
bloating, and
dimension of
discomfort.
time,
So where you
consciousness
go,
must
the brain
rise
goes.
as the
Go
mind.
with Align, the pros in digestive health.
It's not easy adapting to this new normal. From food to frame of mind. Join us at CanadaTogether.com for tools to stay productive while working
In other words, the dimensionless reality of pure consciousness appears as time in the form of the mind.
Your boss says you were off last night, Alfredo. Or is it Alfonso? Isn't that the name you go by now?
Imagine a dimensionless
Can't
point
tell us
growing
where you were.
into a line.
Alfredo,
But I was home. Yeah, just now.
That is how infinite consciousness grows into time. And it does so by taking the shape of
Hey,
You're going crazy. Hiding out. Laying low ever since the man hacked the system that I built for the Colombians.
the man.
I swore to believe it was hack-proof. And one of your damn white hats backdoors my server with a Trojan.
That's the stuff that time is made of.
Yeah, I hate it.
is infinite consciousness,
you don't specifically
eternal
know who
consciousness.
backdoored your server.
It was you, the man, Federalis, pues.
And not the individual hacker.
Whatever it is, he's no script kiddie, I can tell you that.
Last known cartel member, but I'm not so sure that he's our killer.
Skips.
What do you got, Ed?
Ensign Wilt was not in his car alone.
I know that.
It's hard to see, but there is a glove print on this handle that has our girl's blood.
You had a red light with a knife to it through. Any idea when he got in there?
As far as we know, Sadistic Creep had been hiding back here the whole time, so I decided to finish her
Now
off.
ask yourself the question,
Like you can tell us who.
where
Mousepacks can tell us
does my
who you are. Got
experience
some
take
neck tissue
place?
in my fridge. I need to get started on.
Oh yeah, hits just keep on coming. Now you. Barney, need a towel or a fan?
You try navigating this conflict, Timmy boy. Feels like I just
The answer is always yeah.
to kill the dragon priest, or to step outside and have another dragon right around my head.
It's an obscure Skyrim.
When we woke up this
Actually
morning,
makes perfect sense.
it was here.
What did you find, Dragon Priest?
Maybe.
When we were having breakfast this morning, it was here. We went back to our rooms. It was here.
Got a name here. Dim Farouk.
When we came to this room,
Listed as a business.
it was here.
Who's running out of his home.
And our experience
Yeah, good one.
is now taking place here.
Hi. Wondering if there's
How many
a
different
Cornwall
here's
Oh,
have you
sure.
experienced today?
Dad, it's for you. Over here, Dad. Thanks.
Who is it, Dana?
I don't know.
Mr. Korkmaz, NCIS, we're here to ask you some questions regarding some information linked to your home computer.
This a business computer. What about it?
More specifically, it's about remote access to it obtained by this woman, Ensign Janine.
Have you
West.
experienced innumerable here's?
And no one has access to my computer but me. It's for business only.
Right, we've got.
Or is it always the same
It's possible
here?
she could have gotten in without your knowledge.
No, it's quite secure, and I would know if someone were tampering.
Well, you would know even better if you let us take a quick look.
Do you have a warrant?
If every
If
point
it makes any
in
difference,
space
between a murder case
is
and
here
someone's murder.
when it is experienced,
I'm sorry.
then here cannot share the limits
I don't know this woman.
of any
She certainly had no
particular
access to my computer.
place
Mr. Korkmaz.
And
in
if you don't
space.
have a warrant, there's nothing else to discuss here.
Therefore, here itself
It don't work.
cannot have any limits.
Okay, let's hear it. Who is this guy? What's his business? What's he hiding?
Dim Farouk.
As such, it is infinite, not finite.
Immigrated from Istanbul in 98, granted U.S. citizenship in 03, founded Korkmaz, import-export business in 05.
Importing, exporting, shipping, and receiving. Possible cartel connection?
Korkmaz Apparel Imports has been cited twice since 05 for late taxes.
Go now to the place where your experience
And no warrant.
is taking place.
Denied the warrant on Korkmaz's computer. He cited jurisdiction from another agency. What
Can you
other
find that
details are classified?
exact place?
Probably the word on this case. Classified? I don't think your big agency's possibly.
Don't say you don't know it.
DEA, Homeland, NSA.
Everybody knows that their experience is taking place here.
They hold a FISA warrant to monitor Korkmaz's dealings with Turkey.
But can you find a place, a point in space where here
In the morning, so in the meantime, I suggest that we all get some rest.
Very resting.
Hey, long day. You here?
What's NSA's interest in a damn Korkmaz? I know you know.
You know better than to ask me about NSA affairs.
Yet, here we are. We used to talk about this stuff all the time.
The operative words there. Used to.
Why are you guys monitoring him?
Like, I know specifics.
You're the agency's lead attorney.
And how many foreign-born businessmen has NSA followed since 9/11? Thousands, millions. And for a million and one reasons.
We don't care
in
about
your eyes a
millions.
minute
We care about Korkmaz's computer and its possible connection to the
and
murder
ask yourself,
of a young Navy officer.
where does my experience of space
And
take place?
what happened there?
If NSA wasn't interfering, I might know the answer to that.
We're not
Does the experience of space take place over there?
For months, years.
Years.
What do you think? This is personal.
Or is the
Somebody decided to
entirety
block you guys for no reason?
Well, the
of this
call
expanse
pretty
of space
Okay, look, no.
experienced
Stop.
here?
You're asking me to betray my agency.
No, I'm asking for your help.
In a way you never would have dreamed of before. Something's changed here, Ellie. Something's different. You're different.
Everything is
Obviously,
different.
all of space is experienced here. It is never experienced anywhere other than
I shot
here.
a man in Kabul last week. I killed him.
So here is not a point in
It has
space,
a way of changing a person.
but rather space
What?
appears inside here.
You didn't tell me.
Why would I? We don't tell each other anything anymore.
Close your eyes again.
How? What happened?
It was him or me. And as long as I keep reminding myself of that, I can also keep pretending that I'm fine.
Is there anything in your experience
I could have helped.
that is always experienced whenever here
Let
is
go of
experienced?
Gomez's computer. We need it.
Is there anything in your experience that is consistent with the experience of here?
I can't. No. I'm sorry. Look, Ellie, you chose to leave NSA and take this job.
Only the experience of being aware.
And it's changed things between us. But we could work it out. Right?
Here is
Do you think that means
the experience of being aware.
I think there might
Here
be an alien
is
connection.
pure consciousness.
I haven't seen
It
Deputy
shines in
Ellis
each of
since
us
the
as the
night
knowledge I am.
I'm trying to protect myself.
Here is where I am,
Thanks for keeping back. The only thing that mattered to me. Now it's my turn.
and that where is not
New episode Monday at
a
9
place
on Showcase.
in
Free to
space.
Showcase anytime on the new Global TV app.
Sorry about the house, sir.
Here is pure consciousness.
Think you need to buy expensive skincare products to see dramatic results? Try Olay Skincare. Just
Just
one
as
jar of
thought
microsculpting cream has the hydrating power of
makes
5
pure
jars of the
consciousness
prestige cream.
appear
Plump skin cells and visibly
as
smooth
time.
wrinkles. While new Olay Retinol 24
So perception
offers a skincare
makes
breakthrough,
pure consciousness
providing visibly
appear
smoother,
as
brighter
space.
skin in 24 hours. For dramatic skincare results, try Olay. Brand power, helping you buy better.
What's fun food that you like?
PetSmart has everything your pet needs delivered
That is
directly to your
the
door.
mind. By the mind in this context, I mean thought plus perception.
Shop PetSmart.ca or download our mobile app today.
Thus the mind
Here's how to get a lawn as green as Mark Collins.
breathes
And here's Mark.
time and
Just use
space
Scotty Iron Plus 4-in-1 Lawn Recovery. The one with
out
Iron
of
Plus
eternal,
lawn bag.
infinite
It's got fertilizer,
consciousness
compost,
into
grass seed, and
apparent
iron all in one.
existence.
I love it because it feeds, strengthens, and greens up my lawn in just 48 hours. For grass you'll fall in love with.
CIL Iron Plus
Time
4-in-1
is
lawn.
eternity
Part of the Iron
filtered
Plus
through
family. Only
thought.
$39.97 at Olay at Home Hardware. and
Space is
Centers.
infinity filtered through
While we were out,
perception.
my husband John had the common signs of a heart attack. Chest pain, sweating, nausea. We called 911 and he chewed 2 aspirin 81.
If you think you're having a heart attack, call 911, then chew 2 aspirin 81 milligrams. It may help save your life.
Your skin tells your story.
Time
Care for it
is
with Nivea Q10
thought.
Power. It
It's
contains a Q10
time is
coenzyme identical to the one made by your
eternal
skin
consciousness,
to hydrate for visibly firmer skin in 2
objectified
weeks.
by
Care for
thought.
what makes you 100% you with Nivea Q10 Power. There are no bad dogs.
Space
Only bored
is
dogs.
infinite
Let's
consciousness,
end doggy
objectified
boredom
by
with
perception.
long-lasting milk bone wonder bones.
A dog's big life is measured in wags. Fuel the wag with Nature's Recipe, made with the best of nature's ingredients. Our recipes use chicken or lamb as the first ingredient, and they're grain-free. Nature's Recipe. Fuel the wag.
Puberty needs personal space.
So sports clothes sit around growing odors. That's why we graduated to Tide Pod Sport.
Finally, something more powerful than go full.
Tide Sport removes.
In other words, dimensionless consciousness expands to become a single line of time. That single line of time expands to become 3 dimensions of space. It's always the same stuff. It knows itself in each one of us as the experience I am.
That's hilarious, right? Hey, who's really written down? Did you take the carpool again? That beltway can be murder, you know? Carpool lane was flying. Look at McGee. Oh, yeah. It's flying. Gentlemen, morning. Huh? Hey, Jake. Set.
I do hate to put you in this position, especially with your wife being an agent.
My wife's job's beside the point, Director, and this position is my job. It's what I do.
That knows what we do.
And the only thing I haven't been letting you do get is override NSA jurisdiction, and we're under no legal obligation to explain why.
But you want my opinion?
If we forget the true
Kids,
The longer we
background
go, before checking
and
core
substance
causes
of
computer,
experience,
chance we have a killer gets away.
pure consciousness,
Okay, then, go ahead. NSA surrenders access.
time
Excuse me,
and space are conceived in its place and are considered to be the background of experience.
Actually, let me save you a step.
Is this what I think it is?
I have no idea.
Hence we think, we, our culture, thinks the universe appears in time and space.
This is like a nightmare. With no right to search my data. What are you afraid we're gonna find? I make my living on that machine. If your people cut off my files, it could ruin my business.
You need to relax. Our computer techs are very careful and very discreet.
Holy guacamole, look at all the business he does through Turkey.
Nothing to Colombia?
Not unless this symbol's code for Bogota.
Wait, where are you getting this? I don't see Korkmaz's computer.
Don't need it. We're using the SSD drive Gibbs gave us.
And where did you get that?
We didn't ask Bishop, and neither should you.
Thus, time and space
So what's it telling us?
are like
Telling us
two
that Korkmaz is
vast,
shipping and
empty
receiving
containers
all
that
clothes and accessories.
mimic
It all seems
the
legitimate.
true
Your name?
dimensionless container of experience.
Interesting. They're both protected by the same firewall since and Will used on her laptop.
We'll consider that our signature.
Anybody see what's in them?
I've conquered this dungeon before, but this time I have dragon arrows.
Skyrim.
Okay, one folder's empty, but it held an email account that's been deleted.
What's in the other one?
No access. All that's left is a list of screen names.
Let's print them. Print everything.
Well, how much longer must I wait?
And having overlooked
Until we know it's on your
the
computer.
true dimensionless reality of all experience, we then have
Found
to
something.
invent two substances to fill time
Oh,
and space.
You must believe me, I had no idea they were knockoffs. The ministers assured me that these were genuine designer bags. When I figured out that they were fakes,
Events that appear in time are considered to be made out of mind.
I could have lost my house.
Objects that appear in space are considered to be made out of matter.
NSA?
Well, they had to be suspecting a little bit more than this.
That's not at all what I have here.
Mind and matter, thought
A
and
deleted
matter.
email account.
These are the
and a chat room
offspring of
locked.
time and space.
You found this on my computer.
But they can only exist as such.
Not. We've never seen this.
We can only believe in their reality, the reality of these two substances, mind and matter, the inside self and the outside world, as long as our belief in time and space remains.
Scout 99. That means something.
But if we explore the reality of time and space, we just find our own being.
Book is her favorite.
And she uses your computer.
She's her favorite. She knows better.
Thornton Pollyanna. That where she was at school.
Consciousness, time, and space are all the same stuff. If we look at consciousness from the point of view of consciousness,
No private email, no social
we see
media.
consciousness.
You snuck on the desk.
If we look at consciousness from the point of view of mind, we see
We'll
time.
discuss it later.
If we look at consciousness from the point of view of the body or perception, we see space.
At first, it was fun talking with other kids around the country, the world even,
At first,
It's like three people
until things got
on a
crazy.
sofa watching
I got
television.
talked into joining this other chat room.
One
and
person
nobody
sees a
knows
landscape.
talking movies or music.
Another person sees a
Over the
movie.
hurricane back.
The third
Bunch
sees
of
a screen.
haters complaining about life, everybody and everything.
They're all seeing the
Asking if I
same
was lonely
thing,
and did I know my calling?
but the way they
What's it
see
called?
dictates
I
what
talked about that
they
a
see.
lot. About who I was and did my life have meaning? So I quit both chat rooms. Some of the weird messages started
Time and
coming.
space,
Messages from who?
mind
The
and
crazy
matter
people.
are ways of
Trying to
seeing
shame
or
me into
knowing,
coming back saying I needed them and that my life was nothing without a
not
purpose.
experiences or objects
so you turned
that
in
are
someone.
actually known.
She saw I was upset and she promised not to tell my dad.
All that is ever known,
She knew computers
is
and
pure
said she could help
consciousness.
without even having to be there.
and it is pure consciousness,
All I had to do was give her a
that
few
knows
passwords.
pure
And
consciousness.
she got in there in the middle of the night. Deleted the email account, blocked the chat room.
In
and
order to
everyone on
know
it.
itself as time, it must rise in the form of the mind. In order to know itself as space, it must rise in the form of
And only a few
perception.
days from they had the chat room. Which ones? Hater Extreme 39, Joker B, and this one,
Thank you.
Hellbent 427. He's the one who got me to join and got real mad when I quit. He took it personal, said I made him look bad to the others.
Doesn't it begin to make sense?
Hey, McGee, try Hellbent 427. All right. Where are you at? Hellbent 427, find it.
Ooh, very original. Hell this, hell that.
Which gives,
It's on its way. The car gave anything?
yeah, a lot of lint and asphalt, but Major Mass Pack made up for it with tissue samples from the wound.
Come on, Axe. Keep talking.
Perfect timing, Gibbs. Okay, so first of all, I would bet that the weapon was most certainly a bayonet. It was dull, it was old, not quite antique.
Right, not quite.
Well, these mold spores found inside the wound, they're dried up. They're practically mummified. I'm guessing maybe 50 years old.
That's a pretty specific guess.
Well, it's based on a specific fungus. Aflatoxin B1 is commonly found in deep water rice paddies, and they're grown in the Mekong Delta.
Of a Vietnamese bayonet. Yeah, could be one of ours used over there.
I found 6 significant collectors of Vietnam War memorabilia in the metro area, so all we have to do is visit them.
Excuse me, but is one of those collectors named Simic? Bradley Simic?
I have a Peter Simic in Alexandria.
Hellbent.
According to the chat room support site, Hellbent 427 is Bradley Simic.
Brad! Get off your computer and come down, please! You have company!
Don't tell me he skipped school again.
No, nothing like that. We just have a few questions for him.
Is this Brad?
Yeah, that's my little guy. Not so little anymore.
This is quite the collection.
Peter thought so, my late husband. I'm not a fan, but Brad likes it. Reminds him of his father. You know, he must
2,500
get us
years
Why
ago,
don't you just come on up?
almost everyone believed the earth was flat. Slowly, people began to question this
No, Brad.
and to make very careful observations of experience.
Really? We certainly don't have a
The first
3D
people that
printer.
suggested the earth was round were
That is our garage
ridiculed.
door.
so contrary it seemed to common sense. But as Einstein said, common sense is simply a series of prejudices that most people acquire by the age of 18. Likewise, 600 years or so ago, most people believed that the sun traveled around the earth. Such was the evidence of common sense. But then people began to make careful observations of experience and realized that common sense is deceptive. In other words, the common senses cannot be relied upon for knowledge of reality. And sure enough, it turned out that the sun doesn't travel around the earth.
Choose from vanilla, strawberry, or Hershey's chocolate flavors. All made with 100% Canadian dairy. Stay cool with the $1 soft serve or $2 mini shakes. Only at Burger King.
When you take a line,
Until now, our world culture has believed that the universe is made out of stuff called matter, existing in time and space, and that mind or consciousness is derived at some very late hour from matter. That's what common sense suggests. But if we make a careful observation of experience, we get a very different picture.
one day your life is settled, and you know who you are, or at least you think you do.
You asked this woman to come work in our house? You don't even know her.
And sometimes you have to scorch everything to start over. Are you just gonna pretend nothing happened? We all have parts that scare us. I just had a dream that I had a big bowl of Oreo cereal.
Well, I guess all your dreams are coming true.
Well, not all of them. Oh, there we go.
It's not a dream. It's Oreo cereal. Also try Grenade Small cereal.
We've seen that all experience appears not just to consciousness, but in consciousness. So one question remains. What is experience made of? What is the stuff that appears in consciousness made of? It must be made of something.
Do I use a toothpaste that only whitens my teeth, or one that strengthens enamel? I don't have to choose. Crest 3D White. It removes up to 95% of surface stains.
What is your experience made of?
Crest. Healthy looking, beautiful
If we
smiles
are
for life.
reading an email, we are by definition seeing the stuff it is made of. If we are reading a novel, we are experiencing the stuff the novel is made of. If we are experiencing thoughts, images, feelings, sensations, and perceptions, we are by definition experiencing their reality. That is the stuff they are made of. What is that? What is your experience made of? When I say your experience, I mean your thoughts, your body, the chair, this room, your feelings, your friends.
The murder weapon is a third one missing. It probably is.
Okay, I'll look at them, but let's talk about this baby.
Careful, this baby's heavy.
What are they made of? If we are experiencing them, and each of us is experiencing them, we must be experiencing the stuff they are made of. What is that?
So we like to figure out Ensign Wilt blocked his chat room?
Not him, definitely people running it. Dark web stuff. Nothing you can Google and very advanced. It's all right here on the computer. Files, programs, games, 3D printer software.
He's a 3D printer.
Start with your thoughts.
He was very jealous. I'm very jealous.
Thoughts are not nothing. They are something. They must be made of something. Touch your thoughts now. Reach out your hand, your imaginary hand. Touch your thoughts. There is something there. The thought is not nothing.
And
That's not even.
What is it? What is the
That's just
stuff
a screensaver.
it is made of?
This is probably some excess stuff.
Ah, okay then.
And these are his chats and his emails for the induction profile.
Oh, thanks for including me in there, but Dr. Mellon's really the profiler. I'm just.
You are the wind beneath his wings. You go. No.
Ask the question a different way round. Is there anything to your thoughts other than the knowing of them?
But Lena barely knew him. She had no idea he was in the chat room.
The kid wanted to pull her into what he was doing.
But they never even spoke. Apparently, he rarely spoke to anyone.
Is there any substance to your thought other than knowing or experiencing?
Doc, I'll be right down. Jake, need some?
Yes, Director. Are we good? I hope they delayed it.
And what about your feelings, emotions?
Find out.
Is there anything present in an emotion other than the knowing or the experiencing of it?
Jake,
I did my job. No worries.
then I should get back to life.
Ellie. I wish you told me.
What about your sensations, the sensation of your hand on your chair or your foot on the floor? Is there anything to that sensation other than the knowing or the experiencing of it?
Here, Jethro, using his chat room to express unsettling thoughts that he would never have the nerve to say in public.
It's hiding behind a screen there.
Though with few friends and no
And what
one
about
to turn
the
to,
sight of this room or the sound of this voice?
facing similar demons,
Is there anything there other than the knowing of it?
Like a terrorist group.
Well, I wouldn't hesitate to make that leap. And SS Builder
And is the
48
knowing
is
out of which your thoughts are made
the world
different
hates
from the
you
knowing out
as
of which your perceptions are made?
even more than you hate the world.
Steady diet of that's liable to twist any kid's mind.
There anything in here about where this kid might go?
Or is all experience made out of the same
Not as
knowing,
no. From
the
what I
same
can tell,
consciousness?
At school, his whole world is about his room and his computer and his father. His father. Father's dead. He died 3 years ago of a heart attack. But Brad still emails me every few weeks. None of them being returned, obviously.
Having trouble coping with a significant loss at a delicate age makes him an easy mark.
When we hear in the
Ideas.
traditional teachings the world is an illusion,
Ensign Will got in the way. And
what they mean is the world as it is conceived by conventional thought
So hell bent here.
has a multiplicity and diversity of objects and selves made out of dead inert stuff called matter. Such a world is an illusion.
I hate being thrown around on here.
It's not there.
I don't know. I'm hating this encrypted folder right now. The dictionary tag on this password will take like years.
Contemporary science confirms this.
The screen name?
But there is a reality to all illusions.
That was easy.
Some of the best hackers I know use the most
The mirage in the desert is an illusion as water, but its reality, relatively speaking, is light.
Oh,
The landscape in the movie is an illusion as a landscape, but relatively speaking, it is real as a screen. So the world made out of matter, our bodies made out of matter, are
3D printer.
He said the kid
illusions.
Some kind of mechanism.
Wait a minute. Is that?
As objects.
Skips.
But all illusions have a reality to them. Experience is real. All experience is real. Has anyone here ever had an experience that was not
I
real?
don't know, but the kid has gunpowder on his computer and a blueprint for a plastic detonator. He printed.
As Huang Po said, people ignore the reality of the illusory world.
Wait, I got his phone. Must have turned it back on. Okay, give us a location. It's on the move. Everyone, let's go.
The reality of our experience is consciousness, pure knowing. Consciousness is the only substance that is ever experienced. And it is consciousness that is experiencing it.
Those guys on
Matter is an abstraction of thought.
Just draw for someone else's and heading across town.
That's why physicists have never found it.
I need a bus number. Tell the driver to pull over and stay put.
Each of our minds are precipitated in the same field of infinite awareness. Each of our minds don't just appear to awareness. They don't just appear in awareness. They are made of awareness or consciousness. Consciousness or pure knowing is the only